Hello all. Today we are going to learn the concept of divergence and curl of a vector. Objective to learn concept of divergence and curl of vector field. Outcomes are, at the end of this session, learners will able to find divergence and curl of vector field. So first of all, we see what is divergence. So let f bar is equals to f1 I bar plus f2 j bar plus f3 k bar. It is a vector quantity, be a vector point function. Then divergence of a vector field f bar, this f bar is called the vector field, and divergence of the vector field f bar is given by divergence of f bar is equals to del dot f bar. Del dot f bar. We know that the value of del is I bar into dabba by dabba x plus j bar into dabba by dabba y plus k bar into dabba by dabba z. Dot into f bar, value of f bar is f1 I bar plus f2 j bar plus f3 k bar is equals to, according to the dot product, dabba by dabba x of this f1 plus partial derivative of f2 with respect to y plus partial derivative of f3 with respect to z. That means using the formula a1 b1 plus a2 b2 plus a3 b3. So we will get this formula, that is divergence of f bar, that is meant by del dot f bar. Now let us consider the position vector. R bar is equals to x I bar plus y j bar plus z k bar. We will try to find the divergence of this field R bar. So divergence of R bar, that means del dot R bar. We know that del is I bar into dabba by dabba x plus j bar into dabba by dabba y plus k bar into dabba by dabba z. Dot product with R bar, that is x I bar plus y j bar plus z k bar. This is equals to, now the dot product of these two vector quantities. So component wise multiplication, dabba by dabba x of x, dabba by dabba x of x plus dabba by dabba y of y plus dabba by dabba z of z. Now dabba by dabba x of x, that means partial derivative of x with respect to x, it is 1. Dabba y by dabba y, again 1, and dabba by dabba z of z, that means partial derivative of z with respect to z, it is again 1. So this is equals to 3. Therefore the value of del dot R bar is 3. This is very important result, that is R bar is a vector field x I bar plus y j bar plus z k bar. So divergence of this R bar, that is del dot R bar, the value is 3. Now the next concept, that is solenoidal vector field. A vector field f bar is called solenoidal vector field if del dot f bar is equals to 0. That means when we will get the value of del dot f bar is 0, then we can say that f bar, that vector field, is a solenoidal vector field. Now look at the above example. Here R bar, del dot R bar is equals to 3, that is not equals to 0. That means from above example, R bar is not a scalar or not a solenoidal vector field. It is not a solenoidal vector field. That is the concept. Now next concept, curl. So what is curl? So let f bar is equals to f1 I bar plus f2 j bar plus f3 k bar be a vector point function. Then curl of f bar is defined as del cross f bar. Curl of f bar means del cross f bar. As we already say, that is, look at the divergence of f bar means del dot f bar, and here curl of f bar means del cross f bar. That dot and cross is very important. Value of del is I bar into dabba by dabba x plus j bar into dabba by dabba y plus k bar into dabba by dabba z. Cross product with, this is value of f bar. Now we know that how to calculate the cross product of two vector quantities. So by using determinant. So in the determinant, the first row is fixed, that is I bar, j bar, k bar. Second row is the coefficient of I, j, k from the first vector, that is dabba by dabba x, dabba by dabba y, and this dabba by dabba z. And third row is the coefficient of I bar, j bar, k bar from the second vector. So it is f1, f2, f3. So here f1, f2, f3. After calculating determinant of this, so we will get the value of curl of f bar, that is del cross f bar. Now let r bar be the position vector, xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar. So we try to find the curl of r bar. Curl of r bar is equals to del cross r bar. This is equals to determinant of the first row is fixed, I bar, j bar, k bar. Second row is coefficient of I, j, k from vector del. So it is dabba by dabba x, dabba by dabba y, dabba by dabba z. And third row is coefficient of I bar, j bar, k bar from second vector. So it is x, y, z. Now calculating the determinant, first I bar as it is dabba by dabba y of z minus dabba by dabba z of y minus j bar into dabba by dabba x of z minus dabba by dabba z of x plus k bar into dabba by dabba x of y minus dabba by dabba y of x. This is equals to I bar into, now derivative of z with respect to y, it is 0, derivative of y with respect to z, it is 0, minus sin j bar into derivative of z with respect to x, it is 0, derivative of x with respect to z, it is again 0, plus k bar into derivative of y with respect to x, it is 0, and derivative of x with respect to y, it is again 0. That means 0 I bar plus 0 j bar plus 0 k bar, we can say it is 0 vector. So value of curl of r bar, that is del cross r bar, is equals to 0. Now irrotational vector field. A vector field f bar is called irrotational vector field if value of del cross f bar is equals to 0. That means whenever you will get the cross product of del and f bar is 0, we can say that f bar is irrotational vector field. Now from this above example, you will get del cross r bar. This value is del cross r bar. Value of del cross r bar is 0. That means this r bar is irrotational vector field. Therefore r bar is irrotational vector field. Now if f bar is irrotational vector field, then we can find a scalar potential. So we will learn the concept of scalar potential. So what is scalar potential? If f bar is irrotational vector field, that means value of del cross f bar is equals to 0, then we can find a scalar potential, or we can say function. We can find a scalar potential, or we can also say scalar function phi. Scalar function phi such that f bar is equals to del phi, or we can say d phi is equals to f bar dot dr bar or del phi dot dr bar, and that phi is given by using the formula phi is equals to integration of f1 dx plus integration of f2 dy plus integration of f3 dz plus c. But while taking this integration, let us see there are f1, f2, f3 are the functions of x, y, z. f1, f2, f3 are the functions of x, y, z. So let us see the sequence x, y, z. Now whenever we require to integrate f1 with respect to x, so y and z is after x. So here while taking integration of f1, y and z must be constant. Then second term, integration of f2 with respect to y. So whenever we are going to take the integration of with respect to y, so x is previous of y and z is after y. That means x is free from x. Take x free from that is f2 free from x. Take while taking f2, take it free from x and take z as a constant term. Then third term is integration of f3 dz. Now z is the last term. After that there is no variable. So before that there are two variables x and y. So while taking integration with respect to z, both x and y are free. It is free from x and y. This f3 is free from x and y. Plus c. This is the formula. Quick look at the formula again. Phi is equals to integration of f1 dx while taking integration with respect to x, y and z constant, plus integration of f2 dy while taking integration of f2 with respect to y. X must be free from f2 must be free from x and z is a constant, and integration of f3 dz while taking integration of f3 with respect to z. The term that is f3, it is free from x and y. That is the formula. Now in the next lecture we will see the examples on this scalar potential. Thank you.